So right now, we are definitely in uncharted territory as the future and impact of this virus remains undetermined. So much has happened regarding COVID-19 in such a short period of time. 17's Alex Fisher shows us now how we got to where we are today and just how fast it all happened. Alex?
Well, Jim, as we were all excited about ringing in 2020, not only a new year, but a new decade. In China, health officials noticed something strange regarding less than 200 patients. That was 77 days ago, and now we're in the middle of a pandemic. It was New Year's Eve when Chinese health officials notified the World Health Organization about something peculiar. A patient was showing signs of pneumonia, but the symptoms were different. Something seemed new. A week later, China and the WHO confirmed a new virus belonging to the coronavirus family. 2 days later, on January 9th, a 61-year-old man died from this new virus. Cases increased by the hundreds. It was spreading outside the country. Disneyland in Shanghai shut down. Lunar New Year celebrations were canceled. The fast spread even forced the city of Wuhan, the origin of the virus, to go on lockdown. By the end of January, the White House banned entry to the U.S. by most foreign nationals who had traveled to China. But the novel virus was on the move elsewhere. On January 31st, Russia, Spain, Sweden, and the United Kingdom each announced their first cases of the virus. The same day, the WHO declared a global emergency. As the calendar changed to February, new cases in other countries were confirmed. Australia, Canada, Germany, Japan, and Singapore were just a few. Meantime, new cases were being reported in the U.S., including Los Angeles. On February 5th, the U.S. chartered a plane to evacuate U.S. citizens in Wuhan. 3 days later, the first U.S. citizen died of the virus in Wuhan. On February 11th, the death toll topped 1,000. The same day, the WHO named the new virus COVID-19. The next day, 175 people traveling on the Diamond Princess cruise ship tested positive for coronavirus. The U.S. evacuated the American citizens on board. On February 19th, Iran reported its first case of the virus. Hours later, the country announced 2 people died. 2 days later, Italy reported 2 people died. On February 24th, the U.S. stock market tanked for the first time, the Dow Jones dropping more than 1,000 points. 2 days later, California announced the first case with no clear source of exposure.
This is a fluid situation at this time, and I want to emphasize that the risk to the general public remains low.
It's going to disappear. One day, it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
On February 29th, the U.S. saw its first death to COVID-19. The man was from Washington and in his 50s.
This is probably the tip of the iceberg. There's probably other patients who are getting this disease who are more mildly affected.
On March 6th, Vice President Pence announced 21 people on board the Grand Princess cruise ship off the coast of California tested positive for the coronavirus.
We are stuck in our rooms, but we are able to go out on the balcony.
The cruise ship quickly became a symbol of the virus.
It is our duty to help these people. The friends and families aboard this ship.
By March 7th, 100,000 people were infected with coronavirus worldwide. The next day, the U.S. confirmed it had 500 cases.
This is literally a matter of life and death.
And the first cases of COVID-19 were reported in the Central Valley.
We're seeing a lot of action and a lot of fear right now because we're dealing with some unknowns.
On March 11th, the WHO declared COVID-19 as a pandemic, changing the way the world thought about the deadly virus.
We're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction.
At this point, 126,000 people worldwide were infected with the virus. 4,600 people died. Tulare County also reported its first case of the virus. But the big shock came last Thursday, March 12th. The virus was spreading faster, especially in the U.S. and extreme measures were being taken.
Say no large crowds, no long trips, and above all, don't get on a cruise ship.
Professional sports were suspending seasons. Disneyland and Universal Studios announced it would shut down for the remainder of the month. Governor Newsom announced statewide recommendations and executive orders that impacted all counties, including Kern, which had no confirmed cases. BC and CSUB announced major changes.
I'd definitely say I'm pretty scared.
Classes were moved to online.
Today we have announced that CSUB will immediately transition to what we are calling alternative delivery of our coursework from this day until the end of the semester.
Over the weekend, long lines formed as people prepared for the worst.
And I'm in line since like 6:20 this morning, hoping to get toilet paper and paper towel.
On Sunday, March 15th, churches across Kern County shut down for service.
And so there will be no masses after today for the next 2 weeks.
Some churches turned to the internet, live streaming their services or posting messages on YouTube.
This may be our new normal for a little while, and we're kind of working through it and seeing how things go.
Later that day, local school districts announced they were closing for nearly a month amid concerns.
It's a minute-by-minute flow of information, and we are responding as quickly as possible.
It took 66 days to get to 100,000 cases worldwide. It's been less than 2 weeks since, and we're nearing 200,000 cases. Alex Fisher, 17 News.